Hi guys, it's Jess from Makeup by Jessie G, and today I'm going to share with you my October favourites for 2016. I am super excited about this month because I have done a little bit too much online shopping and I've bought so many new things. Some of them I have kind of like, they've been alright, but some of them I have absolutely loved. I've bought a few things that have been out for a while and that, yeah, it's just I haven't gotten around to trying it, and I've also bought some newly released things. Some of them I have, some things I have bought in October, but I have only just received them, so I'm still deciding whether or not I really like them. So if I do, they will be in next month's favourites. But yeah, I've got some products here which I have absolutely been loving using throughout most of October, and yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation in the shade Alabaster. I am loving this product because it is really great for oily skin. It's a matte foundation with kind of like a little bit of a natural finish, more towards matte but not completely matte. The other thing that I love about this is there's, I think, 26 shades available. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's right. So there really is a lot of different options available. I am super pale, so usually I don't find things that are quite the right skin tone for me. So for instance, right now I'm wearing the NARS Sheer Glow foundation in the shade Mont Blanc. That's still a bit too dark for me. It's not noticeable because I'm wearing like this high-necked shirt, but you can kind of notice the difference between my face and my neck, and usually I have to like blend down with bronzer. But with this foundation, it does match my skin tone, and I can finally go out being the same colour as my face and my neck and the rest of my body, which is great. And so next up I have my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I have this one in the shade Fair Neutral, so it is really pale, and as you've probably seen a million times, the applicator on this thing is absolutely huge. It's insane. So I really like it. I am absolutely amazed by this concealer. It doesn't crease. I've also found, like, normally I pile on the concealer under my eyes because I get really dark circles, and I haven't found a colour corrector that I really enjoy to use yet. So usually I absolutely pile on the concealer, but with this one I only use like 3 dabs and it will, like, it goes so long, and the bottle is so huge, like you get a fair bit in here. And so I'm really impressed with this. I did have to order it off the Tarte website. It's now out of stock again. I've put you can put your email address in there to notify you when it does get back in stock, but pretty much all the shades are just constantly out of stock, which is super annoying. But I also love that this goes down, again, pale enough for me. It's so great. I love it. I would highly recommend it. Okay, so next up, these are the Colourpop Super Shock Cheeks. I have 6 of these. I find that 3 of them are probably too dark for my skin. I did a review on these, which I will link in the description box below, but I did find that the website, the Colourpop website, the colours on the website looked a lot lighter than they do in person. So I ordered some, and I'm like, yeah, I could probably go that shade. And they arrived and they are like way too dark for me. But these are 2 of my favourite ones. This is Monster. It's kind of like a duochrome kind of purpley finish, which I really like. It's not like, it's not glittery or anything. It kind of has like a metallic sort of a finish. I really like this. It's not as like wham bam in your face kind of highlighter, but it's just really nice, and the duochrome finish just gives it something extra, so it's not just like plain. So I really like that. This is one of my favorite ones. My other favorite one is called Hippo. This is like a purple highlight. I really like this. It does have a little bit of glitter in it, but not like so much that it's overpowering. I find that it's comes off a lot lighter than what it looks like in the actual container. So I really like this one. I think it's great. They're $8 US, so it probably works out to be like 11, 12 maybe Aussie dollars, so they're pretty good value. They do have a weird formula, which I think I must be like the last person on to figure out this. It's kind of like a weird cream powder, so you have to keep them like closed for as often as possible, because otherwise they're going to dry out and not work anymore. But I absolutely love these. I would highly recommend them to anybody. I think they're a great product. And my next product is this Tarte Amazonian Clay Color Wheel Blush Palette. This is this one here. Just trying to read that. This was part of, I think it's part of their Christmas collection. I'm not entirely too sure about that, but what it does have 10 blushes. I think it's really great value. I think I paid $72 for this in Australia or something like that. So it has 10 blushes, or like 2 of them are kind of like the highlight shades. One of the highlight shades is too dark for me. The other one is okay. It has about 4 kind of pinky shades here, and then 4 darker shades here. My favorite blush is called Culture. That one has a little bit of like a glow to it. It's not like a sparkle, it is a glow. The others are all matte. I highly recommend this, you guys. I hadn't tried any Tarte blushes before, but these last all day. They have beautiful pigmentation, not too much, so it's like when you put it on your cheeks you're like, oh my god, what have I just done? I've over applied all my blush. But you can really build it up to the intensity that you like. I think this is great. As I said, Culture's my favorite. I love it so much. I would highly recommend checking it out. I think it's great value for $72 to get 10 blushes. Obviously they're not like full size of their normal blushes, but I mean, how often do you go through blushes? And like, it's going to take you a long time to go through all of these if this is the only blush, like the only blush palette you're going to use. You can still get it on the Tarte website. I bought mine from Sephora, but you can still get it on the Tarte website and ship it over. Okay, so my next favorite is this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. This is the 2016 holiday palette from Hourglass. It looks like this. It has beautiful marble packaging. This palette has 2 highlighters, a bronzer, a strobe light highlighter, and, well, strobing powder, and an ambient lighting powder. I really love this palette. I mean, aside from the packaging, isn't it just gorgeous? Like a marble with a little hourglass in gold. The blushes are stunning. The Hourglass blush formula is my favorite blush formula. It gives like a beautiful glow from within, kind of a, kind of a finish. I think it's absolutely stunning. Same with the ambient lighting powders. I think they're well worth their money. After I put them on my face, it's kind of like airbrush for the skin. Again, it gives a very subtle glow from within. It just like sort of finishes off all my makeup. I highly recommend them. The bronzers I absolutely love. I've got the Last Year's palette as well, which comes with a bronzer. I absolutely love the bronzers, but I've never ever gone and bought one just individually in their pan because they are kind of expensive, but I really think I should because I absolutely love them. I wear them all, like, I start wearing them when I get them in the palette because I'm like, oh my god, this bronzer is so beautiful, I love it, I just want to wear it. And then I see it going down and down. I'm like, but it's such a pretty palette, I don't want to use up the whole bronzer and then ruin the look of the palette. So I really think I should go get a full size of a bronzer. But overall, I'd highly recommend. The strobe lighting powder is a little bit glittery for me, but it's still really beautiful. Like, it's not that I'm not going to use it. I think it's stunning just for like a little bit of flush. It's not like a super bright highlight, but I do think it's stunning. It is $116 and you don't get that much actual product in each pan, but I think it's beautiful. Like, the formulas are so beautiful, and if you're looking at trying out a few different Hourglass products, then this might be a good starting point. As well, it's kind of like an investment piece or a collector's piece. So if that's the kind of makeup that you like to go for and you like to collect palettes or Hourglass things or just makeup in general, then this might be a good option for you. Okay, so my next favorite is this Power of Makeup by Nikkie Tutorials. I did do a review on this. I don't think it's an absolutely horrible palette, as a lot of people have been saying. I do find like the glittery shades, like Frosted Yum and Irresistible, which are the gold and silver, are not great at all. I do not like them. I definitely do not like them. I already have the 2 blushes. I have the Love Flush blush palette. The highlighter doesn't swatch really very well at all, but I do like it on my cheeks, and that's probably just because I am so pale. And the Chocolate Soleil bronzer is a little bit dark for me. This shade Mystic Hour is my absolute favourite in this palette. I think it was well worth the money because you also got the little pouch with the Shadow Insurance, the Purple Better Than Sex mascara, the eyeliner and the glitter. If I had have paid that much just for the palette, I would not have been happy, but I think you did get some good stuff in there. But yeah, Mystic Hour is an amazing shade and I absolutely love it. And my next favourite is the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. So these are all matte shadows except for this first one here, which has a very, very, very slight shimmer to it. Only very, very slight. I actually really like this palette. I usually don't go for matte palettes, but I think this provides, it's so, so, so blendable and like buttery. Some of the Urban Decay shadows I don't actually like. I'm not the biggest fan of them. So I was really surprised when I liked this as much as I did. I swatched them on my arm and they were so, so pigmented. It will give you some really, really great looks. It's really versatile. I absolutely love it. I would highly, highly recommend this when it comes out. I got it from the pre-sale from Mecca Maxima for the Beauty Loop level 3 members. So I bought this. It was $90 I think, which is kind of expensive, but well worth it when I consider the quality that these shadows actually have. And the packaging is just gorgeous. I mean, can we just appreciate this for a second? It's so gorgeous. And next up is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. You guys probably all know this by now, what it looks like, but I'll just show you because everyone's been talking about it. So before this month, before trying the Anastasia Stick Foundation and this Modern Renaissance palette, I've never tried anything by Anastasia before, and I wasn't like, oh my god, I have to go buy her things as soon as they come out. So when this palette launched, I did miss it, but when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, it is so beautiful. I love it. I really, really want it, but I missed out on getting it. So it came back on her website. It was restocked, so I bought it, and I think it's out of stock again now, but I mean, it'll come back. It's her first like permanent palette. All the others are limited edition, but this is her first permanent palette. The colours in here are stunning. You can create so many looks with these, but there's mattes and shimmers in here. There's some gorgeous colours. The shimmers are like kind of like a glowy, there's no glitter in them or anything, which I really love. That's the kind of finish I like. There's gorgeous, gorgeous mattes and colours. Everything blends so well. They do kick up a lot of powder, but I mean, just tap off your brush. You can easily work with that. Yeah, so I definitely recommend this. It's got some great transition colours, some great deepening colours. It's got some pops of colour that you can kind of experiment with if you want to go into like a little bit more colour, but you don't want to go like all out. I've still worn some of the pops of colour to work and stuff because I think it's great. This is now my everyday palette. It creates amazing looks and I think it's absolutely stunning. The next one is this Too Faced Melted Matte Liquified Lipstick. This is in the shade Sellout. It's what I have on my lips at the moment. It's just like a beautiful nude that's not like, it's like a browny nude with a touch of pink in it. I really love this. It's like a beautiful everyday nude that you can pair with so many different looks, and as I said, I've been going to the Anastasia palette, so when I wear the pops of like cranberry colour in there, I can really use this. Kind of like a similar, I've used the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Textured Shadow palette. I forget the full name, but I'm using that today. So it gives, there's some similar colours in that, and I wear this on my lips a lot of the time because it's just like a neutral colour to go with any bolder eye look that I'm going for. So I really like this. I think it's a great formula. It doesn't dry out on my lips too much. And last favourite for the month of October. This is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. So this mascara is in kind of like cool packaging. I thought it'd be like plasticky on the website. If you can kind of see the packaging, it kind of goes round. but it is actually fabric and like it does bend at the edges. I actually really like that. It's kind of like a leathery thing, although I think it will get dirty pretty easily, but it's a dark color anyway, so you're not going to notice it. So it is quite a thin one, but I really like it. I have been using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara for over a year now. I absolutely love that mascara. It gives me great volume and everything, but I find that when I layer up the formula on my eyelashes anyway, if I keep layering, it can get a little bit wet and like clump together and not dry very well. Like it'll take a long time to dry. So I have been really enjoying this mascara because I find that it gives just the right amount of volume for my lashes. This seems like more lengthening rather than volumizing. It still gives me a little bit of volume, but yeah, more so length. Okay, you guys, that's my October favorites for 2016. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I'll put my Instagram and my blog links below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys checked it out. And thanks for watching. Bye!